All right, we're going to continue the simulation. This is going to be part number 2. On to our right, some very interesting games so far in this tournament. There's some really good ones. There have been some really good ones. Remember, we have 66 total. We're on number 36. A lot of unique games so far. If you missed the first part, it took about 2 hours for all these teams to play these many games. And now we're going to simulate the rest. There are no ties. 30-minute halves. And no ties. So Division 1, we have Vancouver leading, Chicago, Boston, then San Jose. Division 2, you have Ottawa, 2 Detroits and Dallas. Division 3, you have Detroit, Buffalo, Colorado, and Philadelphia trying to get in there. Division 4, New York, LA, Pittsburgh, and Montreal. Pittsburgh at 92, looking like a very good, viable team. Division number 5, Calgary, Boston, Edmonton, and 1990 Pittsburgh. Very good. Division number 6, Edmonton, Philadelphia, Edmonton, Philadelphia. How about that? I mean, there are some games in hand here. 7 through 12, Division 7, New York looking good. New York, Montreal, New York. I believe they're the Islanders, 1980. Montreal, 81 Islanders, and 78, I believe they're the Rangers. Division A, Montreal, and Quebec. All 3 Montreals of the late 70s looking very good and dominating everybody else. 74 Philadelphia is 4-35. How about that? I mean, my goodness. Division 9, to your right, you're seeing that. Division 9, yeah, Boston, Montreals, and New York. That's a New York Ranger team. And Division 10, you have Chicago, New York, Toronto, and Montreal. I think that's Toronto's only entry is 1961. They've been around for a while, and nothing, going crazy there. Taking a look at the first 6 again. I mean, you take a look at this. This is just the look at New Jersey beating Quebec. 1994 Quebec. I mean, they're going along here. So right now, we're going to let this go for a little bit. The leaders so far, Wayne Gretzky, 94 points, Mario Lemieux, 77 goals. Lemieux has 50, actually, and Gretzky has 49. Tomas Sandstrom, 44. Mike Bossy, 39. Cam Neely, 39. Assists, of course, Wayne Gretzky's very good. And plus minus, Yari Curry. Mike Krushelnyski for Edmonton. Gretzky, plus minuses always go up in fights. Paul Baxter for Quebec. Christoph Olovite, for New Jersey. Kelly Chase, St. Louis. Paul Holmgren, Philadelphia. Penalty minutes, Kelly Chase, St. Louis. Shutouts, Tim Thomas for Boston. Very good at that. Mike Vernon, Chris Osgood. Save percentage, Dominic Hasek. And you see that so far. We're getting up there, 39. Some teams have 40 games. Montreal beating Philadelphia by 1. Philadelphia's 4-37. Houston 6, Boston 1. So New York 3, Ottawa 2. Ottawa leading their division, 1977 New York Rangers. New England beat Minnesota. 07 Pittsburgh needs some wins in a row, and, well, they're not getting it. They lost in overtime. You lose in overtime, that's big. I mean, so Vancouver leading their division after another thing. Buffalo 1998, that's a very good team. Dominic Hasek. They don't score, and they don't get scored against. They play a bunch of 2-0 games. I like Calgary of 1987. They are looking very good. They're 28-12, 87-88. Calgary 90-91. Pittsburgh Penguins. It's the first year. 92-93 Penguins are extremely good. They are very good, and if they end up going to the playoffs, they have a 2-game lead for their playoff position. If they get to the final 40, they're going to be a tough team. 5 divisions of 8. And in the 5 divisions of 8, that's going to be 4 games apiece, 28 games. And you're going to have 28 games there. 18 in college basketball, 28 here. I mean, college basketball, just the nature of the tournament. The NBA is going to be the same thing. 5 divisions of, let's see, 12. 12-4, that's 48. Let's see, they have 12 divisions, 48. That's 6 divisions of 8. And then we'll go from there. Look at Edmonton beating Pittsburgh. That's Gretzky had 3 goals and 6 points. Like, seriously, Mario Lemieux in points, Bobby Orr. But Wayne Gretzky in goals is better, but Wayne Gretzky has the lead in total amount of points. We had that before. And Gretzky's over 100. There's Jack Hargy. 221 penalty minutes. When we look at the best, that's going to be a little bit different. That'll be a little bit crazy there, as taking a look, still a lot more. 40 down to up to about 42 games. And 95 Pittsburgh trying to get 93. Vancouver is now getting close to 500. They're only a game away. They start off really well, and then Vancouver just went kaput. They're not even in the playoff hunt right now. They're 3 back. They're total 41 games, and it's hurting. Yeah, Montreal's one of the most underrated teams, but right now they're good. The 1992 Montreal Canadiens. And they're up there with the 92 Penguins. 92-93, that was going to be a great series, but Montreal beat the Islanders, who upset the Penguins. Edmonton beat Boston. Philadelphia beat Montreal. Edmonton beat Boston there again. 83 beat 71. You have some cross-divisional games. Look at Chicago's 8-33. It's like, yeah, that happens. Colorado is coming up, though. 95 Colorado. They won a Stanley Cup 95-96. They're now 500. And they are with 40 points. They're tied for 4th place right now. They were way down. And the 2000 Colorado, same thing. They were way down, but right now, yeah, Vancouver leading Chicago. In Division 1, both Bostons are up there right there. 06 Anaheim is a good team. Washington is looking to get up there. Pittsburgh's done. Buffalo's done. Detroit in that division. But Washington with Ovechkin, that could be a good one to watch. San Jose is now down. Washington, a couple wins. 39-42, 2 out of 3 wins, and they're going to look good. 76 Quebec, 75 Montreal, 33-9. But 76 Quebec, that was overtime. Guy Laforth, 3 goals. 76 Quebec is a heck of a team. They're a good team, and we're going to see that here. Boston 2, Chicago 1 right there. Boston looking good. 5-4 New York beats Montreal. That's huge. Houston Aeros beat. Look at the Aeros. They're 26-17. Let's take a look at Division 7 through 12. The Houston Aeros are 43 out of 66 games played. They're right behind Quebec. And they have 52 points, but they have 2 games in hand. 76 Quebec is good. That's a little tough because all 3 Montreals are dominating the divisions. But Quebec is taking them out. I mean, they might have played all 3 Montreals early. They are jacking up the wins against everybody else. You know, so you take a look here, and this is going to be the next one. 76 Montreal and 74 Philadelphia. That should be like 8-1. Takes a while, doesn't it? We're going to have this, and then we might do basketball, the basketball selection show. Colorado has won a lot straight. 95 Colorado, 96. It's a little bit different here. Anaheim is now 2 games over. Philadelphia beat Boston. Let's see. Chicago 9-0. Wow, over Montreal. Colorado beat Dallas. That was a loss for Dallas. Buffalo beat St. Louis. Battle of 2 good ones. LA wins. Washington wins. Oh, there's that Montreal game. And 8-0. Yep. Montreal beat New York 8-6. That was good. Boston 3, Montreal 1. Edmonton 8-2 over Montreal. 5-4 Buffalo. 8-0 Boston. 4-1 Detroit. Edmonton. Boston. 2-0 Philadelphia. Philadelphia beating the Houston Aeros. Then Montreal beat Pittsburgh. Mario Tremblay. And let's see, Boston 4-3. Quebec wins against Carolina 7-4. Detroit 4, Minnesota 2. Quebec 2-1 over New Jersey, and that's a big one. Division 9, Boston looking very good there, but we're going to take a look. We're going to go back here and take a look at Division 4. Pittsburgh and Detroit looking very good. LA and Montreal. But everybody is so close in points. So close. And Division 5, Edmonton, Calgary, Boston, Montreal, 90 Pittsburgh. They're 23-21. And 24-21. They beat Edmonton of 1987, 6-3. Recchi had 2 goals. Mark Recchi. Boston of 1982 has made it in there. Hartford's down there. Taking a look at look at 3 Detroits in Division 2. Ottawa is really having it. It's 44-66, 22 more games. And Philadelphia beats Quebec. So you take a look, Tampa Bay. Montreal 3-1 over Tampa. What a day. I mean, seriously, when you look at Edmonton of 83, there's some cross games. Vancouver staying ahead of the curve. All right, well, this is right now cycling through. We'll be back in a little bit. I'm going to check everything. If you have a comment, leave it. I'm going to check periodically, but we are letting this cycle through. The divisions on your bottom. Paul Baxter, Quebec likes to fight. And there it is. We're going to have the best at the very end, the wrap up, and who made it and who didn't. And then we'll go from there. But this should be very good. It is a good one. A lot of really, really tight battles. That's what happens in hockey. Trying to make the last round. Quebec beat by 75 Montreal 2-1. Gave them their 10th loss. Quebec can do that. They are fighting Montreal one-on-one. Quebec and Philadelphia are in a dogfight, and they are in a really scrapping fight. Houston is also there. So Quebec, Philadelphia, and Houston, they have one slot unless 77 Montreal falls down. Boston in Division 9, 1970 Boston is the last team that will have, they're 37-7. That's incredible. That is incredible. And Pittsburgh 5-4 over Boston in overtime. 1990 Pittsburgh. There's some good teams that are just not going to make it. There's some really good teams that aren't going to make it. I mean, 92 Pittsburgh is good, but I mean, seriously, you have 95 Pittsburgh's a good team, but we're starting to get to the point where if you're down 5 games, that's tough. 1990 Pittsburgh is down by 4 points. And they played one more game against 88 Montreal. It's starting to separate a little bit. Boston and 82 Edmonton. I think Ottawa has 1, Detroit, Dallas, and 2 Detroits. Well, 1970 Boston loses to themselves. Whenever you're 37-7 and now 37-8, a lot of the teams under you are going to have worse records because just the wins that you have against them. We'll be back. We're going to let this go. There are going to be some good ones. Watch. Let's see what happens. All right, we're about to end this after about 2 hours. This is more of a journey than anything. I was talking on the phone for a while. The problem is I do this and it goes subscript out of range. There it is. It's like, what the hell? And this really gets me angry because it's like, this is ridiculous. This sort of thing should not happen after an hour and a half of all these games. It's ridiculous. Any program should not have this kind of stuff happening. And I'm not going to reset it again because that's ridiculous. So now what we do is this. We have, and maybe I just end it now and we do the top 4. You never know. With points, we still have some teams that could be in or be out or whatever. So what do? You hit play. Maybe you hit resume save game. There it is. Here. There it is. Good. Now we hit play again. Maybe this will be all right. There it is. And it hits that. This is the thing that makes you want to throw something through a wall. Because there is really, in this day and age, no call for this kind of simple sort of thing where you pause it and then all of a sudden it doesn't work. Seriously. To be taken seriously, I mean, I love it. So far I'm loving this game. But in all seriousness, how in the world can I put over 4.5 hours simulating in this thing, and I pause it once, and this garbage happens? That is making me absolutely incensed mad right now. You know, I love all these features. This is great. You know, Calgary 10, Pittsburgh 8, that was really cool. You know, I see stuff like that. This is great. It was 8-8, then we play 2 halves. But then again, we do this, you know, we hit this. We hit play, and then watch this. It's like, are you kidding me? This is freaking ridiculous. This happens. So what am I going to do? What am I going to do? I'm not allowed to hit pause? Don't put it up there. 4 hours, and now I'm locked into this. And now I got to take a lot of my own time to figure out and debug myself just what in the heck is going on. Seriously, really? Really? So you do something like this. You go play, you go, I would love Good. Let me hit save on the schedule. Maybe I'll do the job of the people who do the debugging and show people how to get out of that. So if it does that and freezes, I hit that with save. I go in and nope, doesn't work. Runtime error 9. Subscript out of range. You gotta love it. 4 hours of simulating. I hit a simple pause button, and I guess I'm not allowed to do that. If I'm not, why in the heck do you have that there? So what do you do? What do I do? Do I got to do this all again? I want to do other things tonight. I mean, I'll take a look. I'm not sure. I think it's 83 total games. I could just end it here and say, all right, but then you have Philadelphia and Dallas that got to play one more game. 96 and 97. You got Washington, Chicago, you got Anaheim, and Chicago right there. You know, you have San Jose in that Division 1. They got other games to play. So what do I do? What do you do? Well, I guess I'm not going to do this again. 3 hours, come back, stare at something. I mean, my God, seriously. I'm beyond raged right now. So what do I do? What do I do? So anyways, this is what's going to happen. We're going to hit this. We're going to hit schedule. I don't know what that is. I just hit that. Okay, that's real. Replay, whatever. Would have been nice, but this is a stupid thing right now. This is absolutely asinine. I can't even open up. I can't even open up the calendar. So what do you do? What do I do? End it now? Do concessions because now all of a sudden things don't open up? This is ridiculous. I gotta now do the job of the debuggers. It's like, are you kidding me? We're in 2023 now. This ain't, I could see 1996. But my God. Where is the schedule? There it is. Yeah. Where are we now? Carolina and Montreal. There it is, deleted. So, let's hit save. And let's see what happens when I hit play. Oh, this is where I want to throw this down a cliff. Seriously. You're telling me you can ruin a full season by hitting pause? This gets me a little bit, this gets me really angry right now. Like, seriously, this is a bunch of crap. You know, I don't need 8 years at MIT how to run a freaking hockey simulation. Jesus Christ. Do I just scrap this and start again? Because we have battles here. That's what I'm going to do. Screw it. We still have battles. Like right here. We have 86 and 82. There's still, you know, there's still battles here on things. Vancouver looks good. But when you take a look at, look, this button isn't even here down here, underneath, where the standings are. Like, Jesus Christ, don't people ever Like, so we have Detroit, like, seriously, 92 points, 82, so they've clinched. Division 3, they've clinched. How about 1? 1, no, because San Jose, Anaheim, and Chicago. 2 clinched, 3 clinched, 4. Pittsburgh's tied with Montreal. 5. Look at this, Edmonton, Calgary, and Edmonton and Calgary. There are a lot of battles here. Division 6 clinched. 7. No, Montreal and Edmonton. 8. Quebec clinched. 9. The Boston and Boston. 10. Nope. I mean, Detroit and Toronto. Detroit is in there. We still have games to go on this. This is absolutely insane. Seriously? This is really freaking ridiculous. I can't hit play and just seriously do this. Screw this. This is a bunch of crap. This really is. Number one way to sell a game to the general public. We love this game. Number one way is when somebody hits a simple button like pause, you don't screw up their season in 4 hours. Ridiculous. Play. What do we do? What if I hit this? Do I need to manually do this? Play now. Nope. Computer. There it is. Let's see if I got to do this by hand. There we go. There. Maybe I'll do it by hand. I got to do all this by hand. Jesus Christ. Seriously? Vancouver and Philadelphia. No, I don't want to freaking do this. Get out of here. Get out of here. Vancouver and Philadelphia. Jesus Christ, this is going to take forever. Play now at the Spectrum. Computer. Okay. Well, we got to do this. Vancouver 3, Philadelphia 2. Gotta love this, don't you? Maybe we'll get the 16s away. Detroit and Philadelphia, play now. Computer, all right. Philadelphia 2-1 over Detroit. Detroit at Calgary now, 07 Detroit. Oh, 07 Detroit, play now. Computer. Okay. Detroit 5-2, they win. God, this is, are you kidding me? All right. Well, we only got a few more games to go. Let's see if we can do this. Nope, subscript out of range. So as the middle finger goes up to everybody, we're going to do this. Vancouver playing a derby. Computer, yep. And 2-1 Vancouver. Ottawa will play New York. Takes forever, that's all right. Computer, all right. Ottawa 3, New York 2. Why does it take so quick to do a game, which is great, and then this? Carolina and Edmonton, all these games do mean something. If they're in, Edmonton wins 4-2. Washington and Montreal. Montreal 3-2. Pittsburgh and Boston. Boston beats Pittsburgh 3-2. Now there'll be one more. I don't know why some teams played 83 games. Don't get it. Pittsburgh and 91 New York. And there it is, 4-2. So those are all the games. Those are all the games, and that is it. So now what we're going to do is we are going to look at the Anaheim and Philadelphia, the penalty minutes at 180. Wow, look at this. Game misconducts, fighting, and all that was crazy. That was overtime. All right, that's going to be it. You're going to hit this and watch this. It'll go subscript out of range. I want to say, you know what? Screw it. But anyway, we're going to have a new league, and the new league will be this. The top 4 in each divisions, we will get this. Don't worry. Standings, and 1, it'll be Vancouver, Boston, Washington wins it, and Chicago. Vancouver, Boston, Washington, and Chicago. Number 2, Ottawa, Detroit, Dallas, and Detroit again. Number 3, Detroit, Buffalo, Colorado, and Philadelphia. Number 4, New York, Detroit, LA, and Montreal. Pittsburgh loses the tiebreaker there. The next one, Division 5, Calgary, Montreal, Boston, and Edmonton. Well, 1990 Pittsburgh, good night. No, 92 Pittsburgh, no, 95 Pittsburgh, nope. The Penguins are shut out of this. In Division 6, both Edmonton's, Boston, and Edmonton again. And number 7, New York, Rangers, and the Isles. The Montreal, then Edmonton. In Division 8, 3 Montreals and Quebec. And number 9, Boston, Montreal, New York, and Boston. And number 10, Chicago, Montreal, New York, and Montreal. Toronto missed out by 4 points. Can't believe the Penguins. Good night, Pittsburgh Penguins. When you look at rules, 2 halves, stuff like that. No injuries. There we go. You don't get an overtime loss. Don't get anything. So there it is. So it's going to be unique. The Penguins, I was hoping they would get one team in. They don't. They absolutely don't. And that is it. You can see 82 games for the Penguins and then 90 points. Against Montreal, yeah, they would go the best reports, league, team versus team. Pittsburgh versus, there it is. Oh, I don't know how to read this. Jesus Christ. Seriously? I don't know how to read that. Holy God. I just want to see what Pittsburgh did against Montreal. Reports. They must have lost. I mean, this is weird. Every game is slightly different. I would say team reports. There we go for the Pittsburgh Penguins of 1992. They won, they lost. So there, that was a big loss. They won, they lost. They lost. Yep. They won, they lost. So they're 3-3. Look at the Penguins. They lost. And then they won the last two, but that's it. You know, Scotty Bowman, I would have liked Lemieux at 160 points. First teams, we had Mario Lemieux, and that was just... So anyway, there it is. That's exactly what you have. The snapshots right here. Lemieux, 161 points. He will not be in this tournament. You have a lot of solid teams. Calgary, Montreal. You have a few Bostons, Edmontons. You have Buffalo makes it. Colorado, Ottawa, Dallas will have a team. Detroit. Timber top four. And a few Edmontons, so they're going to be good, so it'll be unique. So we ended up figuring this out. That's going to be it for us today. We'll set it up. We'll do basketball maybe tonight when I come back. Have a great day. We'll see you then.